Hello. So, yes, I have to correct myself. Um, I've been listening to this great Abdullah Samir, atheist against Islam and all, Prophet Muhammad and the Quran. But one thing that occurred to me today, and I want to talk about, is the earth is widespread, like a carpet. So it doesn't say planet Earth. The planet is it's a globe, it's round, but it says that the earth is widespread. Does it really mean that the earth, planet, globe is flat? No, it doesn't really say. It doesn't mean that, the earth, globe, or the earth is flat. So this is what I want to bring to my attention, correct myself. Because you see, we look at the whole picture, and then we're discovering. So perhaps there are many Muslims who have not really. Let me say that I'm seeing, like I used to, through the Shia, my Shia Islam, was that Islam, actually the sword thing and killing people, but what Imam Hassan did, and thereafter what Imam Hassan, Maula Hassan did, peace treaty with Muawiyah, what happened later on, what the rest of the Imams did, because I came from the 12 Shia. Doesn't really, they didn't even have the time to, go about killing people on blasphemy and infidels. So it made me wonder. And so to look at the whole picture, like we're supposed to sacrifice ourselves, our children, for a greater cause, and not going killing other people, but if there comes a time when Islam has to be protected, and Islam can only be protected, or the welfare of the human beings, human life, humanity depends on me giving my life or my children's life, then only. Because life, remember, is sacred, it is a blessing from God. So we have to look at this and then look at the hypocrites, like what the Sahis, in those where the Sunni hadiths come from, how they cornered the Prophet Muhammad, these hypocrites. Then Rasulullah, we are told how he had to deal with them. Okay, there in Sahih Bukhari there are some hadiths where signs of irritation, aggravation, anger is shown. Is seen in those hadiths in Prophet Muhammad's, on his face, things like that. And that we were told that the hypocrites were so clever, and they did everything in their power to distort Islam, to bring in these narrations and all. Now we say that Rasulullah married 9 years old Aisha. She was 6 years, and then 9 years the marriage was consummated. So yes, but think about the parents. How could the parents allow this? And the parent, Abu Bakr, was Aisha's father, became a close friend, Sahaba of Prophet Muhammad. And then the mother called Aisha when she was playing with dolls and everything. So Shias don't believe in this hadith. And then we have to, you see, if we look at the hypocrites, like I've seen hypocrites in my life, and so I've been cornered many times. I've been cornered to give my sister to someone who had, so how could you give your, how old was she? 3-year-old sister to someone you do not trust. Yet they said to me that since, I cannot, I could go into details and everything, but not now. So I know how the hypocrites can corner you. And Islam is just not that 1400 years ago, only Rasulullah's time, but Islam is further, goes into Imam Ali, comes to this modern era. We have to study the lives of our Imams, right? So, anyways, all this, and then when we look at the Quran, like I have given some, there are some discrepancies. And then they say about science and the Quran, like the Quran is not science. We say the Quran is a fountainhead for everything in life. Like you'll find immense knowledge in the Quran, succinctly put in one book. So what the earth goes about science, about social science, about justice, law, and about trading, about inheritance. It covers many things, and everything it covers. And then we have our imams in every era, to tell us how to live now in this, with how to reconcile the Quranic ayats and God's laws and everything with that time, like when at the time of Imam Hassan, after Imam Ali, and then Imam Hussain, and then Imam Zain al-Abidin, and then Imam Muhammad Baqir, and then Imam Jafar Sadiq, and it goes on like this. So what Imam Hussain alayhi salam proved to us something beyond our conception, living La ilaha illallah, like Muji Baba is showing us. However, this thing about, the thing I have proved in the Quran is that male angels came. When the Quran blames the pagans for, all this male divisions, and, for God, females, and for you, sons, males. And then I've shown in Surah Najm and Surah Maryam, he appeared to be Maryam as a man. Angel Gabriel came to be Maryam. So I've proven that. However, as Shias, when I was a Shia, I used to see that, when you look at the Sahis, how Abdullah Samir mentions how the foster mother feeding, the feeding of the babies and all this. So you become related. And so Hafsa wanted to meet this person, this male cousin or someone. So they've brought in such, we used to say as Shia Muslims that these hadiths, Hafsa was the daughter of Umar. And Umar was a great enemy of, not a Sahaba. Of course, with due respect to those who respect him and believe in him as the second Rashidun Caliph, the right path Caliph. And to say anything against him is terrible. We'd go to hell and everything, and our hearts tremble. Like Sunnis will really make you so like, you Shias, what are you saying and all this against our Sahaba? You go to hell. So you see all these ridiculous hadiths made by Umar's daughter, Prophet's wife, Hafsa. And there's a warning against them in the Quran, Surah Tahrim. So these were hypocrites. We saw them. So you have to see the whole picture and how you reconcile with the other verses that are seemingly contradictory and ludicrous, uh, you know, against the science, modern science. So we say that they were talking in metaphors, metaphorically, and it is science. Every answer is given to us. And then they say this is ludicrous about the pillars. That without any pillars you can see. But everything we may make which has a height, it needs pillars, right? So this was to explain to our minds. And this is how a Shia Muslim would, you may call that Shia an apologetic, but it would be, you ought to see the Shia point of view. If you are looking for the truth, and then we can argue, we can have debates about it. But I'm just showing you the overall picture of how we Shia Muslims used to see this Quran, which has everything, all the information in it, and the guidelines, and everything is there. So, and our Imams, so you take the Quran with the Imams, then you can understand. So even the change in the Quran, the different Quran, they try to change the Quran, that evidence is there. So we say that let our Imam come. He is with the Quran and the Quran is with him. He will bring the true Quran, like properly explained to us. So you see where the changes are shown, that there's this Quran that has some words here and there. Well, maybe the enemy tried to change some words here and there. And I'm not taking of course, for research purpose and all that, to understand how the enemy tried to break Islam and to what lengths it went to break Islam and to show Rasulullah, Aisha herself, like putting this hadith in, that she was playing with dolls and Rasulullah. This is just to show, Aisha was trying to show that Rasulullah was such a dirty man, dirty old man, a pedophilic. So this is how we Shia see. Certain things I've shown you as examples. So I will go now and upload this. Thank you very much, and come back later, maybe some other time.